Hey guys, it's Matt, and welcome back to Amnesia the Bunker. Um, in this part, I'm gonna start by going to the soldier quarters and going to the areas there that we never went to when I went there before. And we're gonna do it in the dark, because I want to kind of conserve my generator fuel if I can. That was really mean, laggy game. Because usually I don't do 3 of those, and the only reason I did 3 of those is because the sound was delayed, and it kind of threw off my mind. Please don't do that. Okay? If you didn't see the last part, what we did in the last part was we got the arsenal code and we unlocked the door to the arsenal. And in doing so, we kind of went past a large chunk of this area. I'm gonna be quiet now because I need to be able to hear what's going on. Okay. We're safe for the time being. One thing that's concerning is... Oh, wait, no. Oh. Apparently he set off this trap that was here, which appears to have been a grenade trap. Right. Okay. There's nothing, like, important as in, like, important to progression in this area. Like this room we're in now, currently. So, I'm literally just looking around for goodies that I could use. Okay. Okay, here we go. Keep an eye out for traps. That's the wrong button. Okay, Nikolai's unsent letter. 15th of May, 1916, from Johannes to Amanda Nikolai. Dearest, thank you for the package. I'm saving the chocolate for a special occasion, and am keeping the photo close to my heart. It's been weeks now since I've been called for any combat action, but a new kind of fear is spreading inside the bunker. Last night, I awoke with a chill. A strange sound was emanating from deeper in the bunker. A kind of moan, a cry, perhaps a howl. I know what it is, and it made me excited. I figured out what it is recently. Or not recently, but like a year ago, I figured out what they were hearing was the shadow. Oh, fuck. Spoiler alert. I went to investigate and found myself standing at the entryway to the Roman tunnels. The sound came from inside. I dared not shine a light inside for fear of what I might see. And then a scrambling thudding came racing toward me from the darkness. A shape loomed up out of the shadows. I reached for my sidearm, ready to fire. It was Toussaint. He'd been awakened as well, but unlike me, he dared to enter the tunnels. He says he saw something there. As we stood at that maw, listening, the howling, howling grew distant, receded to where I dare not guess. Perhaps our minds are gone. Perhaps there is something down there. Toussaint will not tell me what he saw. Write me again soon. Love to you, Johannes. Okay, so basically, people are... Ever since those tunnels got unearthed, people are finding or hearing stuff in them. There's a brick here, that's good. Good to know. Okay. Noyer's Journal, Part 1. 30th of April, 1916. Finally got some answers from the engineering team. The man believes there are old Roman tunnels adjacent to our position. They are opening them this evening. Command hopes to use them to launch a surprise attack, as if any attack at this point could be termed surprise. This is a war. We are always expecting an attack. We are all always expecting an attack. Curious to see these tunnels, though. A little dash of antiquity would liven up the place. It'd certainly help me keep my mind off the daily grind of the war. Okay, so... To do this, to put this in order, 30th of April, I believe this is 5th of May, so this is a few days after this. Okay, so they unearthed the tunnels, and they were continuing that project because they had hopes that they could use the tunnels as a sort of, like, unknown, like, passage into German territory, and use them to launch kind of a surprise attack. That's why they are That's why they're like digging into the tunnels, if that makes sense. But what they ended up doing was accidentally unleashing something. Or so it is leading us to believe. 9th of May 1916. The officers presented me... Fuck. He just came out. That's what that noise was. What? Okay. 9th of May 1916. The officers presented me today with a rather unexpected and strange gift. Aging texts from inside the Roman tunnels. Seems they got word of my interests. I took them, of course, but the truth is these texts are far too fragile, too valuable, to survive life in this horrid place. They require more delicate hands, more learned minds than mine. Still, curiosity reigns. 11th of May 1916. Okay, so this is after the other note now. Well, that actually was after the other note, too. 11th of May 1916. This morning, Ackerman died of his wounds. I'd only known him a time, but considered him one of my better friends here. I hope heaven welcomes him. To distract myself, I've been going over the texts, and have had quite the shock. These texts are not Roman in origin. The language is Latin, or Latinate at least, but what they're writing about has no relation to what I know of Roman culture, from any era. The texts seem to be of religious, or at least superstitious nature. There he goes again. A phrase is repeated. To cross into the darkness beyond, and then something about sight. So, this is actually tying into Amnesia Rebirth. And I'm gonna do a Let's Play, or a playing/reviewing series of Amnesia Rebirth eventually here. But since I haven't done it yet, this might be spoilers for anyone who is watching my channel videos in the order they're uploaded. But honestly, if you're watching a Let's Play, you really should have played the game yourself already. So, what they're talking about is the people in these tunnels were basically worshipping / trying to open a gateway to the other world. You know, like Alexander was doing in The Dark Descent. Okay, 13th of May 1916. Haven't slept, need to get this down. The texts are of a religious nature. Whoever these ancient people were, they believed they had found a means to immortality. And to achieve this goal, they needed access to what they thought was some other world. One dominated by darkness and ruled by, I don't know, they use words I can't translate. Tin Hinan? Did the name Tin Hinan appear by some chance? Ruled by something. They claim that the dark world is full of spirits, monsters, and the air there was endlessly alive with the cries of torment and the sickly rattle of souls near death. We actually see what they're describing in Amnesia Rebirth, by the way. I'm not gonna... Actually, no, I don't care. Basically, what they're doing in the other world was they are torturing... They have, like, these pods that are just endlessly torturing people, then wiping their memories. Kind of like how Alexander was doing in The Dark Descent to harvest their vitae. And that's what this is talking about, is the fact that there's just this whole factory of people in these pods that's automatically doing that. And just basically mass-producing vitae. This is what they were using the tunnels for. For them, it was a doorway into some pagan hell. And full of spirits and monsters is referring to the wraiths. And presumably the harvesters, the ghouls. In other words, the texts are full of wild stories of blood orgies, of sadistic spirits, of the awful things these men and women would do to each other in worship of darkness. They speak at length of some substance that is meant to grant the worthy some kind of immortality in darkness. Vitae, in other words. I'm on patrol tonight, need to sleep before then, but then I'm back at this. There's a lot of stuff in this game that won't make a lot of sense to you if you haven't played Amnesia Rebirth. And that note was full of some of that. I'm fully aware of this. Okay, where was I? I was there. Okay, so let's just check around. We should have a bit before he spawns again, because after he scares himself, he's gone for a little bit, generally. Okay. Toussaint's journal. So this is from the 16th of May. That's after this and that. Noyer has been telling us of the tunnel texts, describing what these tunnels were used for. but I didn't need him to tell me. I've seen it. I was there, in the dark. That's this note. I dream of it every night now. The dreams are so real that when I wake, the day itself feels like a dream. I'm at a ritual. It begins with the drinking of a liquid, sweet and thick, like mucus or honey, repulsive yet intoxicating. So, what they're talking about here appears to be the water that they use to transform people into harvesters in Amnesia Rebirth. And that's also the origin of the monster in this game. And I'll tell you when that's revealed. I'll point it out. As I drink, it warms my body, fills me with a lust for all things carnal, sex, blood, flesh. You see what I'm talking about? This is what they were talking about was drinking the liquid. Basically, what they're drinking is is the monster mutagen in this universe that turns people into, the harvesters. And what it does is it basically unlocks, their violent side, and that whole side of them consumes them and transforms them into this, less than human monster that effectively it just only wants to attack people. Around me are others, their faces hidden, their bodies rippling. I know we all serve the same master to the same end. A place in her unending kingdom. Immortality. A place in her unending kingdom. That's talking directly about Tahana from Rebirth. Immortality. The things I do in these dreams. A terrible whirl of horrors, bloody and twirled, that make the charnel pit of war seem like mere play. I awake horrified, but in the dreams I am elated. Why did I just get a flashback to... What was it? It's one of the scenes from one of the scary movies. I don't know which one it is, but basically, I forget what the context is. I haven't seen it in a long time. Basically, there's just this ritual these people are doing, and back at a cabin full of people, it's basically turning them into maniacs, and then out of maniac form again, and they're just progressively mutilating themselves. It's funny. I don't know which movie that's from, but I know it's from one of the scary movies. I think it's Scary Movie 4. I forget. Is that even a movie? You know what? Forget it. I wake horrified, but in the dreams I'm elated. The worst part, at the end of every day, I want to be asleep. I want to go back to that place. I want to feel that way. I want the violence, and the ecstasy, and the pitch black darkness. Do I hear him? Poopy. He's out. He might be out. Because sometimes he'll come out without a sound, and you won't know because the music won't start unless you're actually near him, or near enough to him that he's a threat, at least. So he might have burst his way into that other room. Oh, phooey. Okay. That makes it easier for me to get back there, because the other alternative was I needed to use a brick to break that door down. But that door was trapped with a grenade, so I definitely do think he burst his way into there. But I'm gonna hide in here for a bit, because there's actually potential goodies here, too. And also, if you don't, find that key, there's actually a way in, that room at the very end to just, it'll basically, there's, a note in there that tells you exactly where it is. Okay. That's a picture, kind of demonstrating... I don't know what that's demonstrating, actually. Right. So, effectively... Because you need to use a brick to break your way into here, but in there, you see there's a little, key above a lockbox, but there's no keys in there, and they actually, there's a note in there that says they basically, got rid of the key because they're increasing security after the tunnel sabotage. And, it's written by one of the people in these bunks, and it says that they're gonna make, a copy of it just in case, and that's, telling you whose bunk you need to go to. I believe I found it in this one in the last episode. So it would have been Tyrell. I'm pronouncing that wrong, probably. I'm not French, by the way. I don't know how to pronounce anything Okay. Alright. So I would usually go back and save after this point, but I haven't found anything useful whatsoever. Okay. So he's around. Oh no. Uh-oh. What-oh. What-oh. Okay. I haven't found anything useful, so I'm not too worried about losing stuff at the moment. Oh, but this is cool. Horton's locker. I actually have his code. 5531. Okay. 5, 5, 3, 1. So I got some fuel and a shotgun. Oh my god, I don't have any shells for it though. So it's kind of useless. I'm gonna do that. And I'm also gonna put that on keypad up because habits that I've always had. Okay, so he's smashed that. That's open. God, this is so tense. Not because, like, I'm actually, like, not knowing what's going to happen, but because, like, I'm trying to actually, like, care about the story and read everything for you guys, while also contending with the fact that game pause and inventory is off at the moment. It's just so, it's so tense every time I have to pull up a note. Okay. 12th of July, 1916. Night. Sleepless. Something keeps scratching at the walls. I've heard rats before, of course, but this is different. It's not the subtle... So this is in the 12th of July. This is a couple months after all of this happens. So I'm guessing... Well, that's after me getting amnesia, too. So this is probably the monster starting to show up. Sir Stomps a lot. Sleepless. Something keeps scratching at the walls. I've heard rats before, of course, but this is different. It's not the subtle, arrhythmic scratch of a rodent. It's louder, steadier. Kinda like the beast scuttling around that we've kept hearing. Francois has gone 4 times now to find the source, each time returned with no answers, perturbed. Men like me, who were here during the Roman tunnel incident, we share skittish looks. We dare not say anything for fear of reprimand, but we do not need to say it. We are all thinking the same thing. Later, something just howled. Not something outside the barracks. Something here with us. Something in here with us. It's like before. It's just like before. But the tunnels are still sealed. They're still sealed, but it wasn't enough. All of my brothers, court-martialed, gone, and it wasn't enough. So this is after the tunnel sabotage, and he's out. I just heard his music start up. Okay. 16th July. A demon from the tunnels is among us. It's killed Reynard, and it will kill us, all of us. Unless. For Leroux, for Toussaint, for Noyer, for Nikolai, for Ozan, for Renoir. I will kill it myself. This is why I was not caught. This is my purpose. My revolver is loaded. My will is strong. Okay, so this is Farber's last note. And we saw in an earlier note that we got earlier on that he's dead. I think you can guess how his mission to kill the thing went. Right? Alright, so he's out. Which means I'm gonna need to kind of be careful here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm also gonna try and go get, Lamont's thing, because there's a diary entry in there. I want to get back to, administration, if I can. I'm gonna try and hide this one out, because I don't have anything on me to really defend myself with. At the moment. I could make a fuel bottle and throw fuel somewhere to kind of burn him, but I don't have a means to ignite that. If I could find a flare, that might work. So I think I'm just gonna have to hide this one out. You're a filthy one. Mr. Stomps. Oh my god. Okay, I think the Germans want me to stop singing. That's what that was. Right. This is an interesting situation. Because there's like so much rubble around here. I don't want to get out and try and crawl through it because I'm going to make a bunch of noise. Oh boy, he's coming. He's almost here. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Hi, he's in here with me. You hear him? I'm gonna crouch, just make sure I'm... Oh boy. So he's gotten in somewhere. He just like slammed a door open. Oh! Good. I think he just bashed down that barrel I placed down. I think he just bashed down that barrel I placed down in the last part. If you saw that. Okay. So, we can now make my way back to administration and save, and then I'm gonna end this part. Right. We should be good for a little bit, so I'm just gonna make a beeline for it. Worst case is I die and I have to go back and get that fuel from Fortin's locker again. Which I'll probably do between parts if that happens, honestly. Because I didn't really find much else in this whole area aside from notes, which, like, I've already read them. It's on video. Like, it doesn't really matter now. It's on my video. Why is my game freezing up? I could really use it not doing this right now, please. Thank you. My hand's not appearing right now. What the hell? God dang it, game. Stop. I'm trying to get back here so I can be safe. In the safe room. Okay. Okay, we're good. I have some more fuel. I have a shotgun. This is progress. So, anyway, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, in the next part, I'm gonna head to, the mission storage area, and I'm gonna get that diary page from Lamont, and then I'm gonna go into the arsenal and try and get stuff set up over there. Or maybe I'll go into, try and get into maintenance, I don't know. I would like to get the gun before I go to maintenance, because that area is pretty large and long, and I'd like to kind of at least have something on me. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, I will see you in the next part. Bye!